Giddy up. Here we go. It is time for Juicy Mince. I know you've been seeing it on my social media. I know you've been dying to make it. Maybe you've already made an attempt at making it. But this is the new and improved recipe. I'm not quite sure how many iterations of Juicy Mince I've done at this stage, because I have been making this and eating this for almost 20 years now. But today I'm going to show you this updated version. So, without me shiting on anymore, let's get into it. Step 1, get the ingredients. I don't care where you shop, this is where I shop. And the main thing you need to know about Juicy Mince is there's 2 base ingredients. It is mincemeat, good quality lean mincemeat, and white rice. Not brown rice, white rice. The next ingredients are the vegetables. For me, I like mushrooms and I also really like peppers, but you can choose the vegetables that you like most. Also, get one of these flavoring packets. It's a fucking game changer. And the next ingredient is what makes it saucy. I like to get a jar of this passata sauce and also a can of chopped tomatoes. Is it overkill? Maybe, but it makes it super juicy. Hence, Juicy Mince. Final ingredient, red kidney beans. Trust me, these are the tits. Now we've got all the ingredients, it's time for step number 2. And this is preparation. The preparation is an important part because it allows you to weigh everything out so you can be accurate with what you're consuming and how you're tracking your calories for your Juicy Mince. 3 very important items you're also going to need: a chopping board, a sharp knife, and a digital kitchen weigh scales. Now, I'm not going to show you the whole process of how you should chop up your vegetables. You're big enough and bold enough now to understand how that would happen. But what I am going to make sure you do, especially on the first or second time that you're making your Juicy Mince, is once the vegetables are chopped up, you need to weigh them so you can track them properly in MyFitnessPal. And you'll do this every single time. You'll see here, I put the bowl on. I hit 0 on the scales and then I'll put everything in just to see what the weight is. Even when I have the beans coming out of the tin, I'm still going to weigh the volume of beans I'm going to use in this recipe. Therefore, when you put in all of this recipe into your MyFitnessPal, it is actually accurate. And guess what? You're just going to rinse and repeat the same recipe every week moving forward. So once it's entered properly once, you should not have to change it. Step 3, it's time to cook. Get yourself a big ass saucepan and then crank the heat up. We're going to throw in the oil. That's the very first thing when it comes to the cooking. We're going to heat it up so when the onions go in, they start sizzling and cooking straight away. And with the onions, we just want to let them cook until they're a little bit brown. Just keep an eye on the onions so they don't burn. But while you're waiting for the onions to do, it's time to throw in the next ingredient. And that's going to be your mincemeat. Now, there's stages and steps to this, so follow along exactly. With packet mince, there's also a kind of a sheet, a paper or something on the bottom of it. Make sure you take that out before you start cooking. And then, yeah, the same as the onions. Cook this until it's almost brown, and then you can start adding in the next ingredients. But salting and peppering your meat at this stage is very important. You decide the quantities of salt and pepper you want to use. I like a lot of salt and I like a lot of pepper. It's now time to add the ingredient that puts the juicy into Juicy Mince. I'm going to use a full jar of passata sauce. Now, to make sure this recipe is actually juicy, I also need to add some water. So a great way to get the excess out of the jar and get the water in is 1/2 to 3/4 fill the bottle afterwards and then pour it into the mixture. Then I'm putting in a tin of chopped tomatoes as well, and my little flavor packaging. Now, it's up to you which one you use. I like the shepherd's pie one, but you can go for chili con carne. There's a few options out there. Then all you got to do is stir it around and let that come to the boil a little bit. Then we'll add in the next ingredients. All of your veggies, whichever ones you have decided. Then give it a stir, make sure it's all mixed properly, whack the lid on, and fuck off for 20 minutes. So while your Juicy Mince is stewing up and becoming an absolute treat, what you can do is get your 200 grams of white rice ready to rock and roll. Give the old Juicy Mince a check now and again. Once it starts boiling like this after it's been cooking for 20 minutes, there is a very important step that you need to take. You need to turn the temperature right down to its lowest. This is essential before the rice goes in. So make sure the temperature goes right down to the lowest possible reading. And the reason why is we are adding the rice directly into the Juicy Mince itself. So the temperature needs to have dropped, or else the rice will cook too quickly or it'll stick to the bottom of the saucepan. So it's essential to get that temperature down. And that's it. Leave it for approximately 10 to 15 minutes. Get the spoon back in there just every so often to make sure it's not sticking. But when you reach this consistency, Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt. You are ready to go. Your Juicy Mince is now complete. The last step is to serve it up. And I always recommend when you are putting this into containers, you must have glass containers. And the reasons why are when you heat this up later on in the microwave, the food is going to keep much better. I don't freeze this. They just go directly into the fridge after they have cooled down on the counter for maybe an hour or two. But yeah, directly into the fridge and then pull them out whatever day you need them. These will last up to 5 days. And just for reference, the portion size in each container is approximately 450 grams of Juicy Mince. And that's it. Fill up your containers, leave them to the side, let them cool down, and that's it. I recommend this recipe is done every single weekend. Get into the habit of it. It is the cheapest and most convenient meal prep you will ever do. And of course, when you're serving it up, a couple of scallions on top, a couple of slices of brown bread, and you can't go wrong. This can be, if you want, breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever time in the day. Juicy Mince is the tits. Now, if you do end up making this, I'll be honored if you would tag me in it on your stories, because let's make Juicy Mince international. Giddy up!